Alright. Good evening to another attempt at not failing horribly here. Carbon and iron, I do want this first. Right, so I've restarted chapter 2. I had not restarted chapter 1 this time. We do not have storage. Let me actually check what we have up to. Right, you go up to 100. Actually, stay at fit. Actually, yeah, go up to 100 so we can just make more. Then I want to immediately build more power if I can afford it. I can't. I need like one more carbon. So in that case, we will build a factory, a polymer refinery, which does cost us 5 power, which I can actually just afford. So you move over there, you move over here. And we will just establish an infrastructure. And I will continue to always use the most materials to make sure that my guys do survive. If at all possible. Second probe, go grab iron. We have arrived at the dog. Yeah, iron, carbon, ice. So let's go ahead and start with that. Sector 1. Why are you negative? More unopened cryonic pods. Right. How many workers do I have here? I have 30 over, which should be enough, yes. And then we need a carbon stockpile. We do have a carbon stockpile. Iron, alloy, okay, that's fine then. What I need to check is you don't use iron, you don't do carbon, you don't do any of this. And then carbon first. With iron last. Okay. Space weather. We have a little bit of that. Send out the next probe. So what this time I want to do is basically go to the comet and then over to this planet, because I have never seen what event that is, and I kind of am interested to check. Get rid of these roads so we can train our... I can't do that yet. Do I have that researched? What am I researching right now? The Colonization Training Center, exactly, okay. Okay, in the stockpile. How much food do I produce? Currently enough. Good. I do kind of want to make sure I go to Sector 3 early, so I have guaranteed enough food. It's probably still gonna take a while. Optimal. Lost sheep. Right. 2 electronics, determine the cause. 2 electronics and a bunch of iron. Progress completed at scan. Next is, I believe, a comet up here. And if I recall correctly from last time, this should give us an angle to go to the other planet behind the weather. Yeah, sure. We are currently already on it. I'm sorry, it's taking a while. Actually, let me check. How many people are homeless here? None yet, actually. We do have homeless people here now. So, let us build. Science vessel has completed its task. Several theories on gazes. Sure, leave the planet. You can go to Parentus, which I don't know if I actually have the tech tree upgrade for the science ship. I don't, for the deep dive apparatus. And that actually reminds me, you need to get at science first. Next probe is gonna go down here. Yeah, request. No member of the science will not rise above 5. Ready for extraction. Lovely. Grab that science. I'm not gonna read the events because I've already done it last time. Even though this time I'm just gonna not touch the weird space orb. Okay, do I have enough? Not quite. But we will get it up a little bit, I guess. Sandship's Bergson has retrieved all signs from Falcon 74. That's fine. Build me this thing. However, turn it immediately off. You have grabbed everything. Let's go to Fargo. New probe. Here. And then Parenti is gonna have to wait a while until we research the deep space thing. Ripley can go to Parenti and then on to Rokotonsky. And then I'm sending a probe over there before I do anything else with it. Space weather. You are purging. The house is done. How many workers do we have here? 213 of 200, 201 of 230. No, 213 of 201 needed. So I'm gonna put workers into Sector 1. Actually, we are already doing that. Okay. Build. We can now build the Colonization Training Center, which is gonna cost us a fair bit. And then we can research the deep dive apparatus. So one advantage of researching stuff or upgrading stuff you already have is, of course, that you don't need, in most cases, to upgrade it. Right, use the exoskeletons. Has arrived at Parenti 85. You will continue to Rokotonsky, and then we send over a probe behind the storm. Hope that the probe survives. I don't think the probes can actually die, but it's still a risk, I guess. We will pause you for a second to make sure these are allowed to get their iron out. Or the alloys, rather. We are now losing food, so build me another insect farm over there with high priority. Why is there combat music? Never noticed that before. Okay, you have 15. Get it out, and then get the alloys into what we're trying to build. This is still gonna mine probably for a while. I'd love to keep all of my boats, since they do level up. Yeah. How many workers do we have here? Okay, we have 55 workers remaining. Here only 12. Research is gonna be done in a second. How many people are working here? 4, so we have 8 remaining. That's fine then. Still getting through a lot of stuff. You automatically stockpile can store 10% more resources. Reinforced keeps the station safe. Stanford upgrade moves faster. Reorganization of care. Yeah, do that. Since having wounded people actually kind of annoying. You will not actually do anything at that comet for now. Except wait. How much? We do have enough carbon now, so let us go ahead and build the next solar panel. I do like that you can actually, and this is something I always like in basically all games, you can actually see all of the solar panels on the outside whenever they're built. Which is great. That's the kind of detail I want to see. I love it when every upgrade is visible somewhere. Ah shit, you cost too much. Turn this off and this off. Thankfully I have enough trust growth that I don't really need to care. So you can avoid the storm going outside. It's completed a task, that's great. Do we have any more sciencey things down here? This, but not really what I'm into right now. The problem is I don't think there's any angle I can have here to grab these resources without going through the storm. That is definitely annoying. Grab this planet. For our colonists, whenever that is finished. Really want to see what is on Jeff. Cargo of an Uncle class that bears a resemblance to those we use on a tycoon. We will... Team will attempt to repair the EKP engine and utilize the cargo ship's autopilot system to launch it into space. Yeah, let's do that. Let's at least attempt it. I don't know if there's actually a failure chance. Could very well be. Could also open that lock, huh? Okay, that is done, so we can activate you and you. Yeah. And then unpause this. Resume. Reorganization of care has been finished. That allows us to do the additional beds for housing. And then the next thing I should research is probably the crop farm. Well, fuck. We still have optimal conditions, which is the most important part. And then... we don't have any alloys currently for... That kinda sucks, right. There is no carbon on the map because we are drilling iron primarily. And we are using it currently to make electronics. Right, that reminds me, 1 and 2, you get to 10 and you keep at like 2. I think this is the only thing that actually... that actually uses the electronics itself. Check Chave. Establish infrastructure. Problem, that goes through the storm. I hope the boat survives that. In fact, I'm just gonna go to the cargo ship and do the improvised repair protocols right now, while it's still loading up. In the hopes that this works. And it's gonna load up for a while because we don't have any alloys currently. You are... okay. Right. It's fine. The Devil planet. Actually, I might just move the Tycoon over there, I guess. For this. We are at 86 out of 100, unfrozen. So it's great. 7 homeless people in Sector 2. You have no storage, so actually we only need 2 more metal here, so finish that. And then unload this thing. You have finished in the balance. You have returned to Brexit. Recovered data has been secured and analyzed. This cargo ship, she almost broke up, leaving the planet's atmosphere, but she seems to have held up okay. A new request. No, we can't afford to stop production. 2 cycles isn't that much, but on the other hand, it's like 60 alloys. Which, in fact, is actually much. It's actually more than I'm willing to sacrifice here. Good, deliver. Hopefully this is done before it reaches the... before it reaches the storm. Because yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. Provides repair protocols has been unlocked, perfect. Now we continue with the housing, with the additional beds. And then we see whether you manage to get through that. I don't think I can research the higher speed yet on a cargo ship. I can. Because I wager the less time you spend in the storm, the less chance you die. You have arrived. We will analyze the wreck. The Huizinga. Plan Valiant is dead and devoid of activity of any kind. UN worship Huizinga. Orbits Valiant 71. They'll enter the planet's atmosphere and be incinerated. Right, we will attempt to recover the closest. I don't want to endanger my crew. For the people that nominally hate me. Okay, it survived the first trip. Let's see if it survives the return. And then the second trip. And then the return. I don't even know if if it has like a health bar of any kind, or if it's just random chance. It survived the return trip. We have also the higher speed. Do the better mining. So we get done that. So you get that done. How much resources do we have here? 3 to collect, a lot to mine still. I'm actually gonna use that time to open up this sector. How much food are we producing? Not enough. We can, in the meantime, build another insect farm. We should have enough workers here. Yeah, definitely. And then we're looking for silicon. So what I would love to have is a second mining ship that focuses on carbon and then silicon, because iron is, I guess, the most available resource. So having a second ship focused on other stuff would help, I think. You have unlocked that. Upgrade me the solar panels for higher power production. New request. Where we at? Here. Alternative Life Center. Sure. I think that isn't actually that expensive. So we can just slap one down. Not here though. Put it there. Actually, don't put it there. Put it like this, so we have more space to the right. Unfortunately, most of the iron is currently going here. But we should be able to produce enough. Do you survive the return trip? Actually, taking less of a part because they're going over to Fargo instead of the Tycoon. You are researching something. And data. Leave the planet. Bergson, on to Plymouth. We have survived the return trip. That's great. Needs 11 more alloys. Right, cancel that. Cancel that for a second. We need the alloys in the other sector, unfortunately. And I'm just gonna wait until we have 80. Also, I would love if I could prioritize specific things, or just prioritize unknown. Can I actually do that? Not really. Advanced mode. Set to half the sector's stock capacity. Export to sector. Sector 2, Sector 1. Recent import, electronics. Actually, don't export your alloys at all. That remains... Okay, that is probably actually a smarter thing. Oh, you can actually set... Ah, interesting. Right. Not gonna play with that right now. Science ship has received all signs. Right. What do we have here actually? Does not possess any subterranean systems that would facilitate exploration within the core of the planet. However, the team did locate a fissure that led to the observation that the formations must originate from deep below. Size analysis returned colossal measurement estimations. The characteristic shape of the formations is thought to derive from a combination of electromagnetic interference and self-similar space particle resonance. Leave the planet. While preparing to depart cheerfully, the Ripley's captain received an alert from a crewmember saying that they had spotted a gigantic molluscoid near the position. What? Investigate the report. Sure. What? Like a giant space kraken. You have arrived at Plymouth. We will do that later. First, finish that alternative life center. As soon as you can, please. I always hate when my infirmary breaks down. Upon nearing the location, it appears that what the crew member actually was an unusually shaped geological formation. That's definitely better than a giant space squid. Like, without question. Okay, finish me thermoregulation. Do the fusion station next. So we can grab water. Okay, you are now neutral because of... Not actually yet. But we're gonna build you a new optimized quarter anyway. Do we have the... We do not yet have the additional beds, so I'll research that next. Grab all of that science. I would have actually kind of liked the giant space squid. Right, we do have all the resources for the alternative life center, so we can continue with research here. Right, I need to make sure, since I cannot prioritize emptying the alloy factories that are at full capacity, for some reason, I have to make sure that I always let them unload completely. A new request that wastes your attention. Where do we have a new request? Here. To feel that quality is important to you, the fact that, okay. Right, how many colonists do I have? Do not train automatically. Colonists available 60. And 15 more in training. Right, already more than we actually need. Ripley, back to Rokotansky. Avoid the storm. Soon as that is unloaded, I'm gonna start this process again. Okay, next sector, override the locks. 40 workers. We still have more than enough. But I kinda want the new sector so I can build another drill ship that focuses on ice, and then another drill ship to focus on silicon and carbon. Fusion station has unlocked. Unlock the crop farm. Actually, before we do that, unlock the additional beds. Arrived at its destination, Rokotonsky. We will... Actually, before we do that, finish off with Plymouth, please. What is the train station to build? You need to assess... Right. That's probably in the outer sector. Because I can't see it here anywhere. It's not in the hull either. This is just moving and impacts. Okay. Now you have arrived. Alright. We're waiting for iron. You need 10 more. Which is probably gonna be a bit of an issue right now since we are transporting over here. We can build the water treatment, the fusion station. However, for that we need water first. Thankfully there are gonna be alloys in the new sector. Additional beds have been done, now the crop farm. Also, no more homeless people. Holds up to 52 instead of 40, so that's a good advance. That's great improvement. You are gonna need so much food. Build me an insect farm for now. Actually, scrap that. For now, just open that sector so we can build the crop farms. Or start building the crop farms. I thought about the layout I want to go with for the crop farms, since the 4x4 aren't really that great to use, and I had the idea of just going with, instead of making a dedicated like population district up here or on the side with everything else on the other side, I'm just gonna intersperse them. Because that way I should have a little bit more space that doesn't use other farms. I think. I'm still gonna have to check how I do it with the docking bay and probably the EVA airlock that we're gonna need there. Okay, this is in process. We need 2 electronics. We don't have any. So we need to wait for silicon to come in. Which we don't have. That's a bummer. Right, research management, polymers. You keep to 10. Sent to sector 1, requested stockpile 50. So we can get some probes and look for silicon. Oh fuck. And I'm pretty sure that the polymer is going to sector 1 primarily because there we have the probe launcher. And the other sectors are probably not gonna need all that much polymers. Like basically none, is my guess. 5 to 5 per cycle, move them immediately over. We can use the probe to snag us some silicon and ice. Though I think silicon is... Move that to 2. Same as the carbon. Rokotansky's gonna need the iron, but that can wait. Grab the silicon. New probe is gonna go to the carbon and iron down here. But you are gonna focus on silicon for now. So we get that, because we need the electronics.
A probe has completed its scan. An accident has occurred in the
Ugh. Accidents over accidents. The problem is, of course, that we need 30 silicon to make like 1 electronic. What lies beneath? Wonderful, leave the planet. And then we find 60 more carbon. Investigate the geological happening. This is 60, that is 16, that is 41. So not actually all that much. $107 we have. How much do we have here? 93, that's not bad. Just need the electronics there. You are already working. What lies beneath? And there's nothing. There were nothing more than optical illusions. Wonderful. Grab the science. Actually, you, Bergson, Ripley, you can go to Parenti for now. Oh, you are already investigating. Right. In that case, we now do have enough metal around to just do that. Like, ideally I'd have like 3 mining ships and 3 transport ships just for each resource. Currently we don't really have that. First electronic is done. Immediately going over here. Second electronic is gonna come in. Now we will set you back to iron primarily. New probe going over here. Already mining, that's great. So you mine more and more. 40 units per cycle. You have, I think this increases by 30 per.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
18, 10 crew member. Wait, what? Oh shit, we're on extra hours. Do that out. Sure, we will ensure that nothing happens. What else can I disable? To ensure no accidents happen. What don't we need? We don't need you at the moment. We don't need... We kinda need all of that. Turn this off for now. And then when you return, workers go to Sector 1. Avoid accidents in Sector 1 for 15 cycles. $270 workers, 75 colonists. Food is going down. So hopefully we can open this soon. Of course, this also means that we don't have the crop farm for a while. You are done with Plymouth, so you move to MacR. New probe goes to... Oh, that looks juicy. Can I get silicon in here? I saw silicon. Unfortunately, no. Ice, iron, and carbon. I'll take that. We had overwork, so some people died. Sector 3 is officially open. Right. Maintenance. Workshop. As always, gonna go here. Then the first stockpile. Gonna go here. And we're gonna set up roads to harvest everything. Don't go this direction, fool. Need to go down there first. Oh yeah, you're the alloy stockpile. Get rid of this stuff so we can grab a second stockpile for food. There are some stockpiles for electronics, that's great. Second stockpile, food. Then we're gonna need to make this bigger. By 3, 4, 5, 6, so to here. However, I'm gonna not do that right now. Actually, just undo that. And this food station goes here. First crop farm, but before I do that, I need the fusion station, which goes here, I guess. As soon as I have that area cleared. Get rid of that. We can build a infirmary. Well, first I need more streets. I think I'm gonna build the infirmary actually like here. Probe has completed the scan, lovely. Do we have more probes that we can send out? Carbon and iron, grab that. You are not doing anything. Oh, you're moving to Makar, okay. How are we looking here? That's still good, this is still good. How many workers do we have? We have 5 over. You require 15. So disable this for now, enable these two so we can get some workers for Sector 1. Then, as soon as that is done, yeah, we're gonna need to actually just extend that road. Stop this. We're just gonna do that road one piece by one piece. While we get rid of the other stuff here. Okay, get rid of this and this. Bergson has arrived. Magar. Set up of excavation equipment. Thaw the ice by venting the Bergson's fuel cells. Drill through as an investigator wreck using a borescope. Set up excavation equipment. Right, there's a wreck. Grab these alloys. Building the infirmary, great.
Probe has completed its scan.
That is immediately done. Get rid of this. Grab that. Also basically immediately gone. Extend that road further. Grab these. I don't have a stockpile for electronics, so let's build one. And there's a road in the way. We'll probably always need a few electronics at least. Right, then we extend the street here. As well as here. So we can have those materials. Then build me population a optimized quarter. Factories, we're gonna need this. For that we need this road to be gone. So let's extend it this way. Oh yeah, I couldn't grab that because the stockpile only needs 6 electronics, I just realized. That's a bunch. Okay, build that road. That's done. Now we can build the fusion station, which is gonna need 2 electronics just immediately. And you need 10 workers. It's fine. Okay. Get rid of this street. Then continue. We don't yet continue, we wait for this to be done. Okay, now we continue. And then we go down here. You continue to there. Our 6 electronics do be looking juicy though. That should keep all of our housing done in us for a minute. You build another not crop farm, insect farm. To hopefully deal with your food issues. Since currently we don't actually have enough food production. Fuck, overload. Turn this off for now. That means we need another... Or we need to turn something... You know what? Turn this off for now. But I need another solar panel, I guess. New probe. Ice, silicon, and iron. I would like to have a stockpile for a few resources. Grab this and this. How much electronic do you need? 10. That's fine. But we also are gonna need a docking bay here, which requires 14. Also requires us to get rid of this road. Let's actually just block this off so you could do that. So we can get rid of this and this. Ice and fire. All usable components from the wreckage have been conditioned and prepared for extraction. Bugs and seem able to recover data that revealed the cause of the science ships crashed in Emma Place. Ship belonged to the second generation Taurus class superstructure called the Protagoras. Yes. So we have high quality lubricants. Incoming transmission.
Administrator, we have collected and analyzed enough data to locate the Protagoras on the planetary system map via probe scan.
Okay, probe scan. Before I do that, more carbon and iron, please. Where's the iron at? Here. I want to make sure that no people die. So, due to the mortality thing. Get rid of that. Build me a docking bay. Also, we're probably gonna have to do that soon. Can we get 60 alloys? I don't know.
A probe has completed its scan.
Is the 60 ammo in here? Doesn't look like it. 10, 21, 32, 42. It could be 60, especially with the 10 we already have. Probe has completed its scan. New probe. We don't have a new probe, since we don't have carbon. Ah, new request. Yeah, the discovery of the Temenanki's attack. So you are still neutral. You are neutral. You are happy from the new sector. Now we can load the iron there. You can go build the streets, or first the fusion station, and then you're gonna need a stockpile for... Okay, since you are now connected, let's... Sector 2 exports alloys primarily to 1, secondary to 3. Electronics, I don't think got that needed here. Food waste chronic pots, you don't export any of these. Food, you're not gonna export. You want 100 of those. Sector 3 is going to export food. You want like 30 remaining, but then you... Actually, it doesn't matter what priority, because you are basically gonna be our main food production center. And that is the only thing you export. Ah, that's kinda neat. You export that to all of those. You export basically nothing. You're gonna import, mainly. You will help... Oh wait, you want to... You do still want that, but you're not gonna export any, you're just gonna import. And then you don't want any of this. You will import alloy, those, and let's say you have half. You are gonna be... You don't have a stockpile. You're gonna be like on 2. Or maybe like 4 or 5. You don't export them. You don't export that either. You don't export alloys either. You only export food. Right. You don't export those, and you don't export those, you only import those. Yeah, you don't have enough food in Sector 2. I don't know if we don't have enough food in... Oh, we don't have enough we don't have enough. Right, Sector 3, Sector 3. How many workers do we have here now? Enough. So we can reactivate this. We can reactivate this. We do not reactivate that. 1 over. Okay. That means you don't actually have enough space. I can upgrade the mess hall, I believe, to allow 20% more crew members each meal. I don't think this is gonna finish before this time, but yeah, no, it doesn't. Bergson and McR, you go to DeVille. Okay, we can now produce water. First, before we do that, however... Well, fuck. Before we do that, however, we need more power. Actually, turn this off, turn that off. So we could actually just reactivate you at this point. You couldn't transport. So we can reactivate this. How much do you need? 14, which we have exactly. Can we turn something off? The electronics. And the cryopods are going to be done in a second, then we can turn those off as well. Yeah, some people are starving. Not enough food. 0 out of 37. That's 5. I don't know if we produce enough. We definitely do not have enough, okay. Go to this, not the fleet management. You focus on carbon now. So we get some for another solar panel. Should maybe prioritize that. You don't have enough food. So some people are gonna starve. Maybe I rushed the sector a little bit. How's the research going? We have finished the research. Apparently just now. Research me the DLS center. Yeah, they're unhappy because, yeah, starving people is probably not that great for popularity.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
You are yeah, resolve salvation as soon as food is available. I should definitely do that. Science ship has arrived at its destination at the Ville. Unfortunately, don't have the food to do that right now. You are still waiting. I kind of turned that off, right? Regardless, we should... Yeah, we don't have any more cryopods, so we can turn those off. Then, as soon as we have it, build a polymer. Polymer storage here. Then we can turn you on to half the storage. You are going to hopefully get some carbon soon. We have a new probe, which can go here for more carbon. And then I can get rid of all these ugly roads. Not entirely sure yet how I want to do this setup, because again, the farms kind of have annoying footprints. Retrieved all science from the Ville, that's fine. We don't currently have the capacity to do anything there. We have 36 carbon. I need to build the next solar panel, which is gonna cost me 60 carbon. So that's the next goal. Now what we can build here is... We have extra hours there. Because we don't have enough workers. How many workers do we need? Workers, 232 out of 171. You have... Okay, you have enough. Send over, like... workers... from Sector 2 to Sector 3... like... 70 workers. That should still allow you to have way enough.
A probe has completed its scan.
We don't have enough food here, we don't have enough food there. Probe has completed its scan. Send another probe out for iron.
Population transfer complete.
Okay, you have transferred all of your people. Unfortunately, you're gonna need carbon before we can do anything. In the meantime, we can just build like an insect farm or two. Or like one. We have enough alloys for 2 insect farms. And they are gonna hopefully just tide us over a little bit until we can build the first farm plots. Damn it. How much food do you need? 30 food is required. You have 64 homeless people. But we can build you just another house.
A probe has completed its scan.
Yeah, people are starving, I am aware. Resolve that as soon as possible. 6 people are starving. Yeah. Then build a house here. Technology has been unlocked. Not gonna build that right now. Can we upgrade anything that is useful to be upgraded? The accelerated growth for the crop farm. I don't have it yet, but I'm definitely gonna need it. How much carbon do we have here now? Okay, you turn down your polymer requirements. You don't need that much. Definitely not at this stage. Sector 3, half. Grab that, get that over here so we can build a cargo ship. Said cargo ship can then go and grab some ice. If we have some... Yeah, we have 197 to collect, that's fine.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Well, thankfully I was able to just now send it out. We still have starving people here. Do I have enough workers here for another... I don't have the electricity for another ant farm. Insect farm. How much electricity do you need? 2. Okay, that's fine. You are allowed. Yeah, that's a lot of starving people and that kinda sucks. Are you producing enough for yourself? No. You are... You are. You are not.
A probe has completed its scan.
Instead of building that, I should have just started building the solar panel. That's definitely gonna be the next step. Okay. Disable sector 3 for now. You to half. With... Yeah, that's... I don't actually need to disable you. I'm gonna set you to 10. And then you transfer primarily to sector 1. Then as soon as we have the 60 alloys, we're gonna build a new solar panel, which is necessary. So we can have some insect farms.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
A new source of food within... Yeah, that is my intention.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
I am aware, thank you. Okay, we have 45.
A science ship team
You
has
are done,
completed
number
its
5. Your main goal is to just grab water with a little bit of food on the side. That's it. You have finished at the comet. Okay, and data listen, descend to the cavity. Nope, we will not touch the weird sphere. Silicon and ice, carbon and silicon, maybe? No, but carbon and iron. 1,000 iron around, that is great to see. We have 47.
A violent strike has started on board the Tycoon.
Ah, fuck. Start building this.
Accident has occurred in the Tycoon. A
Violent
science
strike.
ship team
I don't know where. Doesn't really matter. Enable, disable this, enable that. So we can get the electronics. Then we disable this. Enable that. We have all the materials, build it. And then we can enable you. And we may actually need an ice stockpile for that at some point. Not immediately though. Please build me that. Also, you focus on iron again, since we have the solar panel now. 5 people are still starving. Strike in sector 3. It's... You know what? Understandable.
A probe has completed its scan.
95 people are starving. Holy shit. I didn't even know there were that many people in there. Yeah, just try and get that done. Accelerated growth has been done. Unlock next the Legislative Strengthening Center. And then build me a crop farm here. Which also requires electronics, I just realized. Are you... We don't have iron, so we can't export any of that.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Are you transporting iron? You are transporting iron, you are transporting carbon. I don't actually want to unlock the Protagoras yet. More iron. Grant me those alloys. Since we need them for the... you focus on transporting alloys to Sector 2 for now, Sector 3 for now. Since you still have enough.
A probe has completed its scan.
And we kinda need that to... How much food do you need? 12. Yeah, we are not producing enough for that. We do have, however, finished the solar panel, so we can just high priority you. You've been disabled, but that's not really relevant. You are still angry because you are starving, which is understandable. But we can now build additional insect farms. Which hopefully will tide us over. Total of minus 0.4. Hopefully that will tide us over until we can... build the crop farm. You still do have enough workers. You do have enough workers, I believe. Yeah, and then the crop farm actually requires surprisingly few workers. Like, it requires the same amount of workers as with one field as a crop farm, as an insect farm. Okay, please produce enough food that we survive. Covers 98.4% of all meat requirements. Okay. Okay, you have enough. You don't.
A violent
You don't.
shock has started on board the tycoon.
Really, you striking that you don't have enough food by turning down the food production.
Accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Listen, I'm working on it. Oh yeah, a lot of people are injured. Well, if 37 crew members die, then they don't need food anymore. Which could be seen as a positive.
The crew's trust in your leadership.
I am aware. Again, thank you. You need... how much? Next service 1.430. Yeah, no, we're not making enough of that. They are also angry from having more than 5% of the population starving. This should produce enough for this sector. And then hopefully allow us to soon move stuff into this sector. Yeah, 37 people died. Now we need 26 food, which requires 6 insect farms, I believe. So this should be sufficient. Over time. Not immediately, and the strikes don't help. These guys are fine now.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
In the workshop, okay. We don't have enough iron. They are on the way. We do have enough water, we don't have...
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
But then, yeah. Pledge to restore trust. Already growing, because currently nobody is starving. We don't have enough food for everyone, but at least at this very moment, nobody is starving. That is gonna change in a second. But hopefully, yeah, I hope this is gonna be done in time. But we don't really have enough metal right now. Yeah, no, it's not gonna... Wait. I built an insect farm in between. Why didn't that count? I constructed a new source of food. Does it have to be in this sector? In that case, it should say so. Hull integrity. Okay, hull integrity is going back up. Food restriction policy ensured that none of the tycoon is starving. Hardship gives meaning to our existence. Sure. Nobody's starving in a 2 cycle, in sector 2. Oh shit, I need to set it to restricted. That means I need to build the DLS center, which I can't afford. Oh well. Wait for this to be built, build a farm, and then we can maybe build it. Build me a farm, 2 farm, 3 farm, 4 farm, 5 farm. That should be acceptable. They require 16 alloys each. And require water. So turn that on. And then we have 20 energy. All of you require... Oh, you already are at 22. Okay. Remove this one. Not enough water available. We don't have a stockpile. You become a ice stockpile. Just so we can move the ice. And then you can make water. Trust is now going up. Hopefully permanently. And then I hope that the crop farm does produce enough. to tide us over. Right, since that is done, build the legislative center, which requires electronics, so enable that, and then sector 1 you transfer to sector 2. So they can build that. Re-enable that. Sector 2, Sector 3, transport, you want minimum 0, transport that to Sector 2 please. Or Sector 1, I guess. Apparently we don't want to. Do we have enough water? We do have enough water, so now we are producing food. Hopefully it is sufficient. But at least nobody starved this time. What else can we do? Bergson, no, not Bergson, Ripley. To Parenti. Oh yeah. And data listening. Yeah, sure. Have the new crew members come in. I'm sure they're fine. Transfer this one to that place, and then you can build yourself a new transport ship. For specifically, I think, silicon. So you produce 25 food per cycle. 1.3 food per cycle with an automatic harvest every 10 cycles. Hopefully that is enough to tide us over. Sector 2, you transfer food to the other 2 sectors. Exactly. Now what I need is another solar panel. So what I'm gonna do, you have arrived at Parenti. Let's just research it with enough alloys. What did I, what was built? Disable this one. Did I build anything? Oh yeah, turn that off. Transfer. Sector, you transfer electronics to Sector 2. So Sector 2 can start building the new solar panel. You have a new boat, which is gonna focus on silicon, followed by carbon, and then iron. Are you gonna transport that? Sector 3, export to 2, minimum. Are we not gonna transport those? Oh, why are we not transporting those? Waste treatment center, mushroom wall, cell housing. The mushroom wall, I'm probably not gonna use it, but Can we please transport those electronics? If I move you up to, let's say, 5. Now we do. Turn this off again. One. And 3 there. Okay, that is enough. Eva airlock. Go build me. That requires 3. That requires 2. As soon as we have that, we can actually probably turn on a few more things. Oh yeah, you, policies, food, restricted. In 10 cycles, I'm gonna put that back.
A new request awaits your attention.
Request in Sector 1. Yes. As soon as I can, I'm just gonna set that back to normal. Even though you are now negative, which is a problem. So I can't actually... You're also negative. Oh yeah, from hull integrity. Well, that sucks. Minus 1.8, minus 0.9, minus 0.4. Hull integrity is going back up. The trust is probably gonna keep falling though. Or at least I don't think I'll have that done in time. Request. Novelty of eating crops grown in space. Short. Trust bonus 10%. 49%. Fuck, if I had that earlier, it would have been great. We can turn you on and you on. So we can grab more electronics again, which you're gonna need for the next solar panel. You build me another mining ship. For that we turn you on. And then we're probably actually gonna build another maintenance facility for polymers, of which we need like 20. Sector 3, polymers... Right. Don't export at all. Don't export those. We keep like, again, 5. 5 and 5. You export, you don't, you don't. And then hopefully we will never have an issue with the food again. Hull needs to be over 200, I believe. No, 400. 400 is not 25%. No, wait, it was 50% they wanted. Okay. Can I actually research? Yeah, that's for the evil airlock, I believe. Structure repurposing. Okay. Wait, electronics. Oh, the cost increases. The cost for electronics, at least. You do produce waste. That is good to know.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
Due to insect swarm. Yeah, that's fine. We do appear to have enough food now.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
Okay, immediately overturn the food policy. I'm wondering, this is 5 spaces. Is there anything I can build that requires 5 spaces? A cryonics center could fit, but probably not that necessary. Ah, this could fit. That would actually fit perfectly. For now, this is 7. Right, you now want,
Science ship team has completed a task.
let's say 20. You're not gonna need that much. I'll take 75 cents. Okay. Then... Right, I think I'll leave that for next time. Save here. And then, I hope you have a nice evening. Hope you'll have a good night. Hope you have a nice week, since it is Monday, I believe. And yeah, good